Good evening, people. What's really good? Happy Tuesdays. We're back. This your boy B. I'm here with the co-host, Steph the Oracle.
What it do? What it be like? Happy Tuesday. Happy Taco Tuesday. Hello.
I'm here
Feeling
with Dre, aka Dirty, aka been up since 3 a.m., aka Chips, aka
Cheesy poo.
Cheetos.
In my Cheeto bag.
And don't you forget your boy Party J, aka Uncut Gems, who in due time will we find out about some gems tonight.
oh.
Let's go, baby. What's up, people? How we doing today?
Okay, so we're gonna definitely crash today. I already feel it, but before we do, Steph,
It's not on Monday, Ernst. Stop your shit.
no, we're gonna crash tonight though. I already feel it
Oh my
in my
God.
soul. But before we do, let them know where they can catch us at
Those
right
E
now.
fights. E fights.
Absolutely. Now, again, here on 20 Talk 20, we're here. We're on Restream. We're here. We want to talk about all the shows, movies, everything we want to talk about pop culture. We are on Facebook. We are on X. We're on Threads. We're on IG. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Again, if you guys want to be a guest, collaborate, let us know. Pop up that websites. Come on, pick it up, pick it up. Linktree, we're on Pod Page. Guys, you can find us there. You want to collaborate, you want to be a guest, you want to talk about some shows, you want to talk tea, you want to talk shit about shows. Come on, join us. Join the podcast.
True. They're gonna be good or they're gonna be bad. That's just what it is.
Either way,
You
it
know what I
gonna work
mean?
out.
Some people got gray area, but I was like, when it comes to my TV shows, I don't believe in gray area or movies. It's either it's really good or it's just like ugh, like I'm cool. You know what I mean?
There's
Damn.
no
You
in
never
between.
give something a mediocre score?
That's crazy.
I mean, we've
It's
done,
either
but
it's trash or good.
I mean, are we gonna? We've done it before. I know I've done it, but are we gonna watch
Oh,
it
yeah,
a
yeah.
second time?
Yeah.
It's,
I'm
yeah,
like,
it's,
I'm good.
Replayability
Usually-
is a big factor.
yeah, didn't we
Huh?
put it like wait for it to be on stream? That's how we
Yeah. Rewatchability is a big factor, I said.
Yeah.
Swipe left.
So
Like,
wipe.
Straight to
I-
stream.
yeah,
It's like yeah.
there's movies out there that we you know what it is. There's some movies out there that we put it in the gray area, and then sometimes we watch it, and you'll say, "Oh shoot, it wasn't that bad." Like, I guess I think I slept in the movies, so
Right, Minecraft.
I had to watch it again. Right? What was it? What's the movie?
I said Minecraft. I slept on that like I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it. I was like, oh, I was pleasantly.
Oh, you slept. Oh, right. $750 million so far.
Woo!
I think
Pretty
it's
penny.
good. That's
penny.
cool.
Pretty penny.
But I know we're gonna crash today. I know
Uh-oh.
tonight is gonna be one of the moment. We talked in the chat room before we got here in last week, and we've been talking about this. This has been boiling, you know. Dre, I don't know if you should go first or you should go last. And what show I'm referring to is Daredevil Born Again. Now, what happened was,
What
right?
had happened was,
what happened was
I was
Well-
disappointed. We did fell off. We did fall
I
Yeah.
off.
love with Netflix. I mean, my
We
God,
did.
we fell in love with Netflix, right? Like we was tuned in. It was nothing
Yep.
nobody could tell us,
Set the standard. They set the standard, bro.
man. And I'm talking about now Born Again. And who's Born Again under Netflix? You said Disney?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So, and this is what Dre wanted to crash, right? So I'll let Steph go first. She'll let me know because they watch it together. So she'll let me know her view, and then we'll go straight to Dre after. 'Cause
okay.
It's gonna be up and then it's gonna be down.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
okay. We'll hit it out there. So
okay.
I think what it is that every time we watched Daredevil from the beginning, we were super excited. We were worried about how the season was going to end. So I was kind of disappointed to see how it ended, only because I felt like we needed more. So there was some poignant scenes with Punisher, and there was like a great fight scene, but it's like in comparison to how Daredevil was in the previous seasons, it was just it kept me wanting more, and it just left a lot of things unanswered. So I thought the season was great. I felt like the last episode did an injustice to the rest of the season. That's why. That's what I think about it.
The
I think it was just an injustice. Yeah. I think so.
Okay, I gotta ask, what's your rating for the show overall?
Well, we're giving the glasses. It was the 4 out of 4 sunglasses. Red
The
sunglasses. all day.
beginning,
In the
the
beginning.
beginning.
In the beginning.
Overall,
First,
what do you give it
Over,
overall?
I would still give it 3. I'll give it 3 red glasses. Yeah, I would still give it 3 red glasses. And I
Wow.
think I don't want to hinge it on only on the last episode, but I think it was just a collective up to that point
Mhm.
because it's entertaining. I mean, I will not give it to you like it's not a terrible show. It is an amazing show, but I felt like because of the way it ended, some things just it wasn't filled in for me, and I was just like, oh, I was like, no. And I
Mm.
felt like the climax was just not enough for me to justify like to close out the season. I was really expecting one more episode after that. But then I
Okay.
realized I lost the number of the count of the episodes, and I was just like, "Oh, there's one more, right?" And Dre
Right.
was like, "Oh no, babe, there's not. This is the last one." I said, "Fuck out of here."
Dunzo.
I was like, "What?" Because
Dunzo.
it seemed like it should have continued like one more episode and like to kind of close things up.
Yep.
That's how I
Right.
felt about it. Not that it was a terrible ending, but it was just like it just left me wanting more. That's really what it was.
Wow. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Let's talk to the hubby.
Right,
Dirty
save
Dre.
me for last. Save
No,
me for
swipe
last.
him left.
Oh,
Save me for last.
Swipe him left.
crash. He's gonna crash. Party J. Talk about
Alright,
it.
cool. So it's definitely was an interesting way to bring us back into the Daredevil franchise. Just to make note, episodes 8 and 9 and the first episode were all directed by Aaron Moorhead and Justin Benson. So I think they were kind of brought in a little bit to kind of like save the show per se, because I think when it originally first came out, it screen tested not so high. So when they had to reshoot the first whole episode again just to kind of make a connection from the Netflix shows from the Netflix shows back to the Disney Plus shows, they had to make the whole new thing where Foggy dies and
Yeah, I remember you told us they
intertwined in
had to
battle like that.
reshoot. Yeah, you
Yeah,
told us they had to
so
reshoot
those two
episodes.
guys kind of like did the first episode and kind of like reshot the last 2 episodes. I mean, I liked it, to be fair. It was kind of I hate when they kill bad guys so easily and so quickly. Muse kind of went out like a punk. Like he was being built up throughout the whole season as like this guy, this creepy dude abducting these children, people in general, and using their bloods for the murals and stuff like that. And then just to get chitty chitty bang bang
Bam, bam.
right off the rip. I
Right.
kind of also wish they stuck to his more comic book values of like being an Inhuman, but I don't think Marvel really does Inhumans anymore because they did a TV show and then I kind of got axed, and Black Bolt was just in the Doctor Strange movie. So it's interesting, but I mean, to be fair, overall I enjoyed it. I liked it. Can't wait for
Stop with the
season 2.
thumbs. Jesus
I can't wait for the second season. Hopefully, it was definitely an intro season. Hopefully the second season revamps it and brings us back and keeps it going. I'm excited. Can't wait to see what happens with Kingpin and Red Hook and all that stuff. Give us a little bit of breadcrumbs of everything here and there, and hopefully season 2 kind of just ties all that stuff up together. Definitely kept wanting us more and didn't like really answer all of our questions, but it's season 1.
Yeah,
That's
agree.
my thing.
I agree.
This is like season whatever. It's just a continuation from Netflix, but
He said
Disney dropped the ball.
whatever. Oh my god.
This show was supposed to be like a phoenix rising out of the ashes,
Oh, that's
but it
big
wasn't.
heavy. Okay.
But it wasn't.
Okay.
Oh god.
The phoenix got stuck halfway with just one wing, just hanging up in the ashes. It didn't rise. It didn't rise to the occasion. And the same thing, like Jay said.
Hold on. To the Disney people, I just want to let you know I'm not laughing at Daredevil. I'm laughing at Dirty over
Listen,
here.
I need to step it up.
He said,
I'm
Phoenix.
halfway there with a fan of the parks, but like
well,
the
keep
same
going.
thing, like Jay said, with the villains, and for some reason with Daredevil, they seem we get it that Kingpin is the arch nemesis. He's the one that has to be the main guy, the antagonist, but they have a tendency of killing off people early. Like Jay said, the buildup was the hype, even from the trailers, and then boom, they get whacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we know about White Tiger. We spoke about that because
White Tiger, and I kind of like me reading from Reddit and all the other reviews, they felt the same way.
Bless you. God bless you.
Like
Allergies,
they
man.
killing. Bless you. they're killing all these characters off early. Why introduce them in the beginning? Give us I get what they gave White Tiger like one or two episodes or the first 3 episodes, which was the victory of the courtroom, and then boom, did they kill my Latino, bro? You can't have they kill the minorities, bro. They kill the minorities, bro.
Okay, so let's go to White Tiger real quick. You know why, though, right? In real life, the actor passed away. Like so Party J said they had to do some rewrites. Like, look, man, this ain't looking too good, which makes sense now if you think about it. Like, have a live, healthy White Tiger, the character would have stayed, because everybody was thinking, yo, I really want to see the Daredevil, White Tiger, Punisher side by side, going at it, getting everybody situated, throwing away all the evil doers off the roof and et cetera, et cetera. But if the guy was sick, they probably said, hey, look, this is what we're gonna do. Unfortunately, we already had whatever we had, and how much reshoots can we do?
Now my question is, the question I want to know is, did they know about his prognosis before they started filming?
Why would you even?
Yes.
No. I'm saying
they didn't know what Chadwick, so they didn't know what Chadwick. So I mean, I kind of see what he's going for.
Right.
Because like I said, I'm not familiar with the comic books. I don't know how far in, how long, or how many episodes, or how many comic book issues where he was in. So I really don't know.
True.
But me as being a Latino and seeing a Hispanic, vigilante, like, yo, this is crazy. Yo, I love it.
It was cool. It was cool to see.
Yeah.
No. Well, I think we all can agree that we were surprised he got hoodwinked.
We were not hoodwinked. Why are you saying we cannot say we were hoodwinked? I'm pretty sure
we can't do that. Like, he was sick. Yeah. Like, he passed on. Like, I think they would have kept him. I think they would have been like, but once they found out like he was getting worse, he couldn't continue. Like, they took wind of that, and they talked about it. I forgot where I read it at, but they were like, yo, nah, he's not doing well. Like, what else could we do?
I also think kind of also played too good with like they're doing like the whole Young Avengers thing as well with the girls. Mm-hmm. So it's like I kind of also say they maybe didn't like plan to use him long term. Like maybe they were writing him to die before they even knew he was actually going to die in real life, and just go with the whole young girl, his storyline with his niece taking over the mantle and joining with with the other girls like Kate Bishop and Ms. Marvel and all the rest of the Young Avengers that they're slowly building up. So maybe that was also their angle as well. Mm-hmm. So maybe they never really planned on keeping him for that long. Maybe it would also been weird to like recast him in a short TV series. To just
that would have been weird.
Going on like you have two characters playing one person that you're not going to use for super long term. So maybe he could have been another episode or two, but they decided to cut a little bit early. So that could have been another factor. There's so many factors that behind the scenes we don't really know about. You know what I'm saying?
Could have been, but here's my thing, right? I didn't have no problems for the most part with this show, like overall, except for like we all agree the fact that White Tiger. The finale was cool with me. I'll let you know why. But White Tiger was cool with me because I thought, just like everybody else thought, we're gonna see White Tiger. I talked to a couple of my friends. They was like, yo, White Tiger, oh, this is gonna be awesome. Like, we already knew what was gonna happen, but think about it. We could go to Boswick when he passed on for Black Panther. Like, they had to do everything over.
That was hard.
Everything. Like, bro, like, trust me, they probably wanted to dive into that movie Black Panther Part 2 with him alive, like, immediately. Like, yo, we're going straight into shooting in like 6 months. So, but bro,
that's why
life gave him, said he had other plans.
That's one of those things I kind of like dismiss Marvel for. Like, I really wish they really, I get what they wanted to do with Black Panther 2 and keep the memory of Chadwick alive, and like it moves more like a tribute film than anything. I wasn't a big fan of the second one. First one was good for sure. Second one, I kind of think I really think Marvel dropped the ball not recasting with that movie. I get.
But did you understand why though?
Yeah, I got the message and I understood everything, but I think for the long term and overall, it would have been more successful with them recasting. To be fair, because you know
I don't know.
because I don't I with Shuri taking over the mantle and like beating Namor at the end of that movie, it was just to me unbelievable. Like how you gonna have someone who just got the mantle taking on a literal god and winning right off the rip? Like I was some things in that like I didn't really buy that. So
Mhm.
I really I think they probably would have been better in the long run recasting, but I get what they were doing. I get the message. I get the whole tribute and everything to that to a stellar actor, gentleman, inside, outside. It was more than just the person, but more than just the character, it was the person itself. But that was just my only random take on that.
But they were also
Yeah.
saying that Michael B. Jordan's character, that they could talk about like rewriting him back in, that he fell into the waterfall and he
Hey, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if they'll do
come
that.
back to life. We don't
Yeah.
know.
It'll be interesting to see how they go forward with
Yeah.
this
Right.
with this movie, like part 3, and
Mhm.
like how they're gonna do like Doomsday and stuff like that with like other characters from different worlds playing saying the role. So
Mhm.
it'll be interesting if they do like not an elsewhere, but like an Earth 1100 version of Black Panther played by
Killmonger
someone else.
coming back and all of
You
that. Yeah.
know, there's
Do we
different ways
need
they could go.
do we
Go ahead.
need Killmonger back though? When you really
No,
look
we
at
don't need Killmonger back. Just probably a different version of Black Panther, just to see that he's still out there in other worlds, still carrying on the mantle, still doing the thing.
doing
But
something.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like I said, it'll be interesting when they do Black Panther 3,
Okay.
which I'm assuming Coogler is going to do eventually.
Okay.
What he's doing, but yeah, we'll talk.
Okay. Well, that makes
Yeah,
sense. So we're still talking about well, we're talking about Black Panther real quick because of Daredevil and
Yeah.
unfortunately the actors that passed on. It's just not easy to rewrite.
yeah, it's
Like
hard.
off the like it's there's not a second script like just in case somebody passes on.
Yeah, right.
Like, you're not ever prepared for death
Yeah,
ever. You know
yeah,
what I mean? So, but for me, Daredevil was solid. And again, it said born again. When I watched the show, you had to think about like in the first few episodes, this guy does not want to wear the suit. So you just like, yo, dude, I'm waiting for you to wear the suit and stop playing games. Well, in the first episode, he wore the suit, but then he gave up.
Right.
So we're just waiting and waiting and waiting
yeah.
again, like
The
because for
build
me,
up.
right?
Right.
Because for me, we're just expecting every episode, like, wear the suit, dude. We just don't got time for this nonsense. You know what I mean? Like, wear the suit. But the build up was perfect, I think, because it was
Yeah.
born again. Like, yo, we know gonna come from the ashes and start saving the city again. And here we are. The last episode was real because it was gruesome. It was gruesome when
Yeah.
when they showed the real Kingpin, the real
Oh, that
power
was cool.
of Kingpin, and I was over here like, yeah. I took my hand, I went like this.
Was that
Is-
too gruesome for you?
Yeah,
Is
was
that your
cool.
gruesome line? That's your gruesome line
That's
right
my
there.
That was your gruesome line?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
It's
cool.
there as an X. I think I reposted. There's a cool thing that they did. Like they did like a real life like molding of this guy's body, like the gel of like the gel face of him, and that's
Okay.
what they used to rip out like his
To,
jaw
like,
and his head and stuff like
Burn
that.
it and stuff like
So
that.
it's like a rubber piece, but it's like actually like one of the things where he was actually did it in real life, and it was funny. Like one of the directors like, you could do it on my own head. Like how would you like? They went to like it was kind of creepy. Like how they're like the knockers like you got to grab it and I might turn your head this way. It's gonna splatter that way. So they only had 2 takes of doing it too. They said so. They had 2 tries
okay.
to do it to get it correct, or it wasn't gonna work out. But they got on the second take. First take was good.
Yeah,
They liked
those
it.
molds are expensive.
Yeah. First take
exactly.
was good. They liked it, but they said I think we could change it up a little more. And then they when they did on the second take, they liked it more, and they said, "All right, we're gonna keep that one." So, but they only had 2 takes of doing it. That one scene, which is pretty cool.
And, yeah, and imagine the person. All right, well, I need another 20 grand.
Yeah, exactly.
I know
You
the director
know,
was like, nah, fam, we're doing this in 2 takes. Right? Because
Exactly.
still about a budget, man. But like I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
for me, the show was solid. It ended. The ending could have been better because you had more time. What is it? I think 15 or 20 more minutes to a little bit more fighting. That's what I thought. I was like,
Yeah,
no, we could fight a little bit more, guys. Like, what are we doing?
yeah.
But I'm waiting for the next season. I'm waiting for what they're gonna do because they need a plan. They can't go up against Kingpin and his goons or cops the way they thought they would. So who's coming back? You know, they're basically saying we're gonna have this superhero come back. We're gonna have that superhero come. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they're playing with us right
Or
now.
the return of Foggy Nelson.
You think Foggy's alive?
Apparently, in the comic book,
in the comic books,
he
alive,
was he entered the witness protection program.
Yeah. In the comic books, he didn't die.
Yeah. So apparently, Kingpin's wife Vanessa, Vanessa has something to do with Matt Murdock's lawyer, and then I guess it was something against Kingpin. I guess with the whole Red Hat thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So that witness that we saw in the beginning, they were after him to quiet him.
Yeah.
And so the whole point was for his lawyer Foggy was supposed to hide him for the trial to bring down Kingpin. We don't know yet. To bring down
supposedly.
Oh, and then towards that there was the second to last episode when they were dancing. You know, like when Matt Murdock was dancing with Vanessa, she tells him you don't know everything. Something along the lines, and then she was
gave him like a little Easter egg line.
Yeah, like an Easter egg line, and then he heard her heartbeat, like very nervous. So like, so we don't know. Like when the shot happened, my whole time I'm thinking maybe Kingpin told his girlfriend that he's Daredevil, or when the shot rang, maybe Vanessa was telling Matt Murdock, you know, that Foggy's alive or something. But we don't know. But we know that it didn't happen. He didn't tell him to lie because then we would have seen in the last episode. But she's probably hinting to him, you don't know everything.
You know? That makes a lot of sense when you really think
and then
about it,
I think in the later episode, the last episode, I think his lawyer, I forgot the lawyer's friend, the girl.
The chick, right? Yeah.
Yeah. She tells him something, like she knows something about what was going on. But I guess she really can't tell him.
Yeah.
So is that why you think let me see. So she went into jail. Vanessa went into jail, got him out. Do you think that's why there's a point where Bullseye said, look, I need Matt Murdock? Like you think that's the point he said, look, it kind of like there's a point where I felt sorry for him, but nobody knows why. Like I felt like, I feel sorry for Bullseye in prison. Like he's supposed to be a beast,
but they were all in it together because in a comic book he lowered his heart rate to the point where because we know Daredevil has super hearing, so he lowered it down to the point where he heard his heart stop to go into witness protection. So
look. So before,
but the show left with more questions than answers. Like I didn't like how it ended like that way. Like the whole Frank Castle coming back, that shit was dope. That's the only reason it's gruesome. Like the whole gruesomeness. He's telling Daredevil, you got to make a choice. You can't save him or you kill him.
Let's go, Red. Make a choice.
Make a choice, Red.
Let's go, Red. Make a choice. All right, you gonna save him? What about him?
No, that was crazy.
Don't kill him. That was great. Pop.
He's like, Frank, stop.
Damn it, Frank.
Stop it, Frank.
Stop it, Frank. Get your silly ass out of here, man. He gonna die. Come on, stop playing.
After this, I don't owe you no more favors. He said, I'm ready to kill everybody. Like, leave me alone. Okay, look, we obviously all swipe right, but numbers. So, like, real quick, before we move on, Steph, you gave it 3 glasses out of 4, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Dirty.
Hold on, let me get my thing.
2. Oh my
damn.
God. Damn.
It was 4-3 until the last episode because the whole time we're watching it, it was very predictable. I predicted everything that was going to happen, right, Steph?
Okay.
Yeah, but you're okay. Whatever.
I was like,
overall, all 9 episodes, like the whole thing.
The whole season, 2 out of 4.
The whole 2 out of 4. Wow.
In the beginning, it was like 4, and then it just kind of like up to like the last episode. I was like, oh, come on.
So you
come on,
stop.
It's 3 out of 4 for sure. 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 out of 4 for me too. I could have gave it a 3.5 and all of that.
Exactly.
Disney need to step it up, man. Need to step it up.
You act like Disney is not investing their money.
I said next season, this doesn't let me down.
I'm
waiting till the whole thing comes out.
$17.99 a month.
I'm not waiting every
show.
week to watch this shit and be disappointed.
Stop it.
He said he's not watching every.
I'm not watching it every week.
Like,
I'll
I
wait
don't
till like
think a
maybe
lot of
5
you.
or 6 episodes in, and I'll start away from there.
Stop your lies.
Okay, I mean I won't.
That's
but
on you, bro.
all I
That's
know
on
is
you. I'll watch
yeah.
that.
All
Now,
I know is
now I'm giving permission to see it without your fat ass. All right, boom.
That's
Yeah,
it.
moving on.
I'll be
All
like,
right.
when we
So
talk
look,
about it when that comes out, I'll be like, la la la. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't.
How fucking old are you? How old are you?
My man said la 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 la.
La 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 la.
he said la 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 la. So look. So speaking of just people dying off shows now, right? Like who are leaving characters wise. I mean characters, right? Let's just go to The Last of Us. So we last talked about it was supposed to be a good 8 episodes before old
That's
boy
dirty.
left.
That was dirty.
No,
That was
no.
dirty.
Like it should be around
You want to
episode
go
8 or
back to
9.
the recording?
No. I know what I said, but I've been reading
Yeah.
online. The whole consensus was exactly what I was saying. Everyone thought that the season was
Okay.
going to end with him dying.
Yeah.
Give us a whole bunch of story.
Right.
So I wasn't the only one that
So
said
you're gonna
it.
blame everybody
Swipe
else.
left.
But I'm actually glad. I'm actually glad they didn't do
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Right,
Because now we know it's true to the game with a little bit of changes
A
here.
little bit. Yeah.
But do you think they did that
Okay,
on
so
purpose in
Joel-
order to kind of maintain, like, to stay aligned with the game? Because I mean, Jay and I, we were talking, we're like, I've seen the game when it was done. It could have been more gruesome, right? Is that what you were saying, Jay? Like,
Yeah. So like they definitely oh there he goes.
What happened?
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there
Come
he
on.
is. He's back. He's
All right.
back.
Okay.
I'm here.
It's they definitely watered it down for sure. Like in the game with the golf club, instead of beating him over the head with the golf club,
Right in the face.
they did it to his leg, like his leg that got shotgunned. So
Right.
like
Yeah.
they kind of watered that down a little bit. Like I said before, like I think people kind of learned from The Walking Dead when Negan like killed everybody with that baseball bat. Like it was so gruesome that people like turned away from that. So then they kind of like played it down a little bit.
mhm.
I mean you know they eventually they showed him with his face all beat up and bruised. So eventually he got
Right.
whacked in the head and all that stuff. And he got
So there was a
stabbed
lot
and-
of there was a lot of cutaway scenes because I know that like they were focusing on the snow
Yeah.
and the horse riding and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So they were, I
yeah.
know they were beating the shit out of him.
Yeah. In the end too, like when he got stabbed in the neck, instead of getting stabbed in the neck, she just took one last huge swing and pretty
Right in
much
the
put
head,
him
yep.
out cold. Yeah.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
the game, they didn't. He kind of like he like when instead of like hurry up and kill me, instead of like talking your shit. In the game,
Mhm.
that's what he did. But in the actual show, like you got to see like why she was doing it, what was her reasoning and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they kind of expanded on that a little bit, which was pretty cool to see, I guess.
Yeah,
th-
definitely
this-
for people that,
yeah.
that haven't played the game. I
Yeah.
think that think it worked out to the sense to kind of
Yeah.
explain to kind of highlight
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
these are the the reasonings behind that. Yeah, for sure.
But another difference between the game and the movie was I don't remember that scene when the hordes was coming to Jackson.
No, that never
You know,
happened. That never happened.
yeah,
that
it
that
never
was added
happened,
for HBO. They only did with the thing with the fire and the stuff like that when they were holding off a different section of community when everything was burnt out. I forgot what part of the game where like they used fire to hold the
Yeah.
horde back and stuff like that. It happens later on in the game, so they kind
Yeah.
of like infused that. I mean, they needed to, I guess I would say, because you can't be all hot, all protected in Jackson. You got to do something to spice it
Yeah.
up a little bit. Which I didn't mind that. It was a cool action sequence. It reminded me of like Game of Thrones type thing, like
Oh, yeah,
hold the
definitely,
wall
definitely.
and stuff like that. And I'm glad it wasn't super dark and be able to see everything now.
That's exactly what I said.
Them coming out
Oh
of the,
my
out
god,
of the
fucking
snow.
White
snow, yeah,
Walkers.
That
The
shit
White
was
Walkers,
dope
yeah.
as hell.
That was
hot.
crazy.
Oh,
Great.
this
When
episode
we
was
saw
amazing.
that bloat up, I
great.
was like, oh shit.
Yeah, and it's cool. It's like they all work like telepathically. So as you see, like they were running to the wall, and all of a sudden they just started running to the right, left out of nowhere, and they're like, "What the hell's going on?" It's because
And then
the
you hear the
bloater was
thing.
coming through, and they're like, "Oh, they're like, oh, they're gonna breach the wall this way." So they're all kind of like intertwined, like all telepathically. So they
Okay.
all kind of communicate like that, which is a pretty cool thing to see. That's not really explored in the game, but it's cool, like it's explored here in the show.
No, but I thought I heard him like, like you heard the
Did he?
noise,
Did
like-
he? Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe- maybe.
Yeah,
and
but
then
that
okay.
everybody just diverted.
So
that
they like
makes
kind of like
sense
called them.
too.
Okay.
Yeah, like a call, yeah.
of course.
Got you.
like the
yeah.
Rat King, like the Rat
Yeah,
King,
yeah,
like
yeah. It's actually gonna be cool to see when they bring in the acid one. That shit's
Yeah.
gonna be
Oh.
actually cool to see now when they. So I'm glad they put in more bloater. The bloater looks cool. It was actually cool to see like in the game it's very weak by fire, but in this one it kind of wasn't weakish
oh yeah,
by
yeah,
the
yeah.
fire.
He was nerfed.
He took a little bit. Yeah. Oh yeah.
He took
Yo,
a lot
I
of
thought-
fire.
I thought my man was. I thought he was a goner, and I was like, when he stepped forward, I was like, "Ooh, he cooked or not?"
That's another change in the game too. That now you mentioned that in the game, it's Joel and this guy,
his brother,
Joel and his brother, they get abducted by
Ellie.
Yeah, they get abducted by Abby. They them two. They save Abby. Where in the show, what's his name? I forget. What's the brother's name? I'm missing his name right now. The brother's name. I can't remember his name. Tommy. Yeah, Tommy was left at Jackson to watch the wall. So it was actually cool to see that, and they let Dina go with Joel to kind of like not really rush that relationship between Ellie and Dina, which is pretty cool to see. And also weird that out of nowhere she was like, "Oh, just take this medicine and go to sleep." I thought that was absolutely hilarious. They're like, "Don't worry, we're not gonna kill her. We're just gonna put her to sleep." I thought that was kind of cheesy.
I was like,
"No," because I asked Steph like, "Yo, does that really work like that?" In and out, like in a few minutes, like.
Yeah, like 30 seconds. You're like,
I mean, yeah, if it's propofol or fentanyl, yeah.
I mean, if they hit her pretty good, I guess
they hit her good. Then I'm like, I mean.
But it was funny to see that happen like that. I was like, all right, they're gonna knock her out real quick and
she's like, do it before I hit her. Before I fucking hit her. I was like, bitch, you just hit her in the head then. Damn.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. But I liked it. I like the whole destroying the community episode. It's gonna be interesting to see where they go from here now. It's gonna be interesting to see how long it takes Ellie to meet up Abby. Maybe they're gonna end with that fight. Maybe that's gonna be the fight at the end of the season. You're gonna see, how they.
But there's multiple fights.
Enemies?
There's multiple fights. Yeah.
Two, they fight each other twice. And she gets her ass whipped again.
Oh.
Ellie, and then Ellie kind of like whips her ass at the end, but that's like after she's, all like fucking drained down.
It's a battle. It's a battle between, like I said, the whole first, beginning of the whole game.
Yeah.
It's Abby, like we know why she did the revenge. We know the history. And then now it goes back to Ellie being the same as Abby. So it's gonna be cool to see how they're gonna differentiate it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's gonna be one episode Ellie, one episode Abby. It's probably gonna go back and forth each episode.
Yeah.
Or maybe half of the episode is gonna intertwine into each. I don't know, each storyline.
Yeah. But they already show previews of of Joel still around. So it's not that he's out the show. He's still gonna be around. He'll still be around for a few more episodes this season. So it'll be
definitely for the flashbacks. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see.
Have you guys wait until the end to listen to like the backstory, the behind the scenes, how they were talking about how the death scene itself, that even though they made some changes to it, they still wanted to make it like an elegant death. And stuff like that. So I think like it's interesting with HBO that they have that freedom to make it as gruesome or not as gruesome as they want. But I think if they're trying to stay true to the game, I think they did what they could to kind of maintain, some sort of
But they could have gone the whole graphic route because it's HBO. With the whole Negan thing.
I said that too. Yeah. But remember, but what Jay was saying before, that there's a great point about that because you don't want that backlash, bro. Like, that people like cringe, you're like,
it'd be weird. It'd
be weird. Yeah. So
it's crazy that we mentioned this because like I was reading stuff online about it too. Like some people were debating like how come it should have been more gory.
Yeah, that's why same here.
The other half was like, oh, this should have. Not learn from The Walking Dead. It was just like in between. And then on top of that, we're talking about gruesome, but and Daredevil, the whole face.
That's fucking Disney.
Yeah, and that's Disney too.
That's Disney. That's Disney.
They're like, forget the guidelines. Just
I think for that, you guys are out of the money, right? This show is supposed to be gory, supposed to be all of that, and then some, and then you got Disney who's going the other direction saying, nah, Disney's probably saying, not the execs, the owners probably saying, yo, let these directors and producers and writers cook. Let them do their thing. Yeah, we're here. We got the money. This is what we do. We're the money people. We're the suits. Let the players play, right?
Yep.
Let the players play. Let the owners own. And that's what it's all about right now, So I got a feeling that like Punisher, when it comes out, I think Punisher is going to be crazy.
Yeah,
Disney.
I think so too.
They're gonna let it rock. If you got Kingpin doing all of this, like one jaw go this way, the face go the other way, like showing it verbatim, I think you're gonna be
right.
And I think
you got them right.
And I think we're gonna be okay. I think we're gonna be okay with The Last of Us moving forward. I think they're gonna say, and I told you that. And I predict, look, they're gonna try to do this for like 5 seasons, man. They're
Nah,
not gonna
it
stop at
can't.
no 3, 4 seasons. You say they
I
can.
give me
They'll find a way.
another game. Give me another game first before you progress the story.
Okay, well that makes sense.
Give me a third game. Give me a third game.
Yeah, I don't know. I
That
can't.
makes
See, I don't know how they make it. Like, say,
Yeah.
say you are correct.
How would
Say
they
you are
make the
correct.
game?
I don't know if it'll be 5
could.
seasons. I mean,
Nah.
maybe
I think 3.
maybe
I say 3.
4. But like, I
3
think
seasons
3.
only?
I'm telling you, its game is like. There's no way you could do like another. Was it 9 episodes per thing? That's. I don't see they could stretch another 9 hours of gaming out of that. You know, they come up with their own story and stuff like that. But I think at a certain point it'll be like one of those where it's like it's dragging too much. I mean, maybe, you know, 4 is definitely not out the question. I think 5 is too much.
Uh-huh.
4,
Yeah.
if I'm gonna say 4,
I
4
think
would be
3
the
is
max.
perfect.
But I think 3 exactly. I think
Yeah,
3 would
3
be
is perfect.
perfect. 4 is a stretch. 5 is too much.
And it's funny how we say it like we've created a game before.
Yeah,
To be
exactly. Right?
I don't think I don't think they could do this again. And then they'll turn around and be like,
Yeah.
well, here's part 2
Yeah.
of the whole game.
Because the whole game probably take like a year and a half, almost 2 years to produce.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I don't think. Well, if season
Longer
3 will
now.
be next year, yeah,
Probably longer now, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
season 3 will be next year, so that's like another year.
Okay.
You know, so they will have to start working on it now
Right.
if they
Yeah.
wanted to release after the next season. But
And
I just this is not like Game of Thrones where the books were unfinished. You know, he never finished the story.
Yeah.
You know, so HBO with
Right.
the input of what's his guy name with George whatever, the writer for Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
I know
he-
you're talking about.
But he had
don't be
input in the
surprised, man.
finale. You know, he helped HBO write the finale,
Yeah.
the storylines to continue it.
Oh, okay.
You know, but
Mhm.
that was HBO's take on R.R. Martin, but you know,
Yeah.
with his input. I think he told him this is what would have
Yeah.
happened. You know, but
I mean, I'll say it like this before we move on, right? I think it's gonna be a situation for The Last of Us. If I'm right, I'm not too sure if because you said the season 3 might be, you know, hey, next season, next year, whatever. We got X-Men 97. We're waiting for 2 years now, and that's an
Well, that
animation.
actually that was. I mean, that got stuck with like one of the writers being a perv, and them you.
Oh,
Yeah, there was a whole big thing with the writer for the second season. The writer for the first season did the second season also. Then he got into some like background stuff behind the scenes that
shit.
were. Yeah, we could discuss it on a different episode.
Yeah.
I'll go everything where they used this. They were going to use the script for season 2, but then they scrapped the whole thing, and I think they're coming out with their own script for season. That's why they was taking extra long because they were originally going to use his script for the whole second season, but then they scrapped it and they came up with their own thing.
Damn, I need some pom
Yeah.
We talk
So
about
it's
that.
all that's a whole big thing that got delayed behind the scenes for external reasons. It's not because they were just waiting because they couldn't come up with anything.
Uh-huh.
Legal issues, people got in trouble, firing.
Legal
Yeah,
issues
so-
ain't the word.
Damn.
he said because
Yeah.
he's a
That was
perv.
like, whoa,
Like,
this
wait,
came out of
yeah.
left field. I'm like, oh shit.
I'll
okay.
get the tea for that for another episode. Stay tuned, people. Stay tuned. I got you.
he wrote entire episodes, and then he says,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
pretty
ruin
much
my
happened.
life.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'll
god.
take this whole season. He said, we're good.
Yep.
Nah, that's
Crazy.
crazy, bro.
That's the reason why.
That's crazy. I really thought because I'm thinking about. Well,
Yeah.
we'll talk about that another time as well. What other seasons that took too damn long to get on television, like 2 years later? Because
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. But you know, things happen. So listen, so much is coming out right now, y'all. So much movies, y'all. We were just complaining about movies a month ago, literally. We said we love our shows, but now we're like, yo, we're back in the theater,
Love it.
like full throttle. Like we're not over here saying, nah, we'll wait for that to stream. We're like, no, we're there, like right now. Steph, I know you got some movies you want to go see. Let's start with you. What trailers you've been noticing that's been like, yo, I'm gonna.
Well, I really want to talk about what just passed this past weekend. I want to talk about Sinners really quick. Like it has been
Ooh,
hitting the box office and it has been a tremendous success over the weekend. So, I mean, if
absolutely.
there's something that we need to see, I mean, there has been buzz around Sinners. So, if you
Absolutely.
guys are not familiar with that, I mean, definitely Ern, I know you got the chance to see it. I mean, if you want to talk
Yes.
quickly about it, I
Real
know
quick.
Jay, if you have some gems about it, because we have to take a day to go see it. So it's hot. It's hot off the press.
Okay, so I did go see it because I had to, and you know me. Yeah, I know me. I'm not
Yeah.
here for the horror movies, and I'm not here for that.
You
I
made an
swipe left.
exception. You made an
Yeah,
exception.
swipe left. But the good news is for me, I said the fact that it was the cast was majority black, director, writer. I was just obsessed, and I said, and Rotten Tomatoes gave this thing 100%. I was like, "There's no way I'm not gonna go. No way." You know what I mean? And I went to see it. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. It was a great movie. The cinematography was beautiful. It's gonna open your mind because the messages that it has in that it has in the movies. When we come back and talk about it, you're gonna say, "Yo, this dude is throwing a whole bunch of messages at us." And of course, what are the odds? We're talking about. It came out on Easter, right? It came out on Good Friday and the weekend and all of that, and it talks about Christianity as well. I was like, oh, y'all did this on purpose. Like,
Absolutely.
there's a lot to debunk here, moving forward, because that's gonna be the talk all in due time if it's not happening already. Basically, in a nutshell, for me, it's like you can take you and be peaceful, or you can take that and you're gonna go through it, but you love to see that other side of life that says, "Hey, I don't really want to see that other side of life. I think I'm good. I've been through that enough already. Let me go through the peaceful route, right?" And the peaceful route is be your beliefs, your religious beliefs. Like, I'm good here. But let's just say no. Let's just say a
No.
couple of folks said no. Hence the movie title Sinners. So at the end of the day, I just want to say Michael B. Jordan, salute. Like, he played two different people, in my
How was
opinion.
that? Was that cool?
It was cool. It's the fact that whatever these new cameras and gems, you'll let us know about it. Whatever the two cameras that they did,
Yeah.
I'm talking about this dude is giving himself a hug, giving himself a handshake, and
Yep.
it
Yep.
looks so believable.
Yeah.
And I'm over like, how did you do this?
Yeah.
And I didn't get a chance to get an opportunity, behind the scenes and be like, let me see how they did this. But they
How,
did a fantastic job. Ryan
how,
Coogler did a fantastic job.
how did you see the movie? Did you see it like in a regular theater? Did you see it in IMAX? Did you see it in
No, regular
70s?
theater.
Regular
Regular theater. I
theater.
didn't do the
Cool. Cool.
IMAX thing. No.
Oh,
Now,
okay. Cool.
now, have you see? I didn't know they said, hey, if you go to IMAX, it'll
Yep.
be worth it. See, I didn't
Oh
know that.
yeah. Yep.
I
I
didn't
got
hear
it right here
nothing
for you.
about it.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
See,
So
now I
yeah. Go
can
ahead.
go. I can go again and watch it because
You
the
can go
movie.
3 different times and watch it 3 different ways.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
really?
Yeah.
Should break
Yeah.
it down because I didn't even know
Yeah.
that.
So this is the first movie to ever be shot in 2 different aspect ratios and being combined together. So it was
Okay.
shot on an IMAX film. It's called 15 perf projection, and then shot on 70 millimeter 5 perf projection. So perf means pretty much the little dots on the film strip that as it goes through the machine. So that
Yeah.
gives you different aspect ratios of how you watch the movie. So it was the first one where 2 different ones were combined to shoot one movie together. So like you go to IMAX film and get a bigger aspect ratio, a 70 millimeter, get a little smaller aspect ratio, but still film there.
Mhm.
So it was pretty cool for the IMAX. There's only 10 locations worldwide to watch it in. One is Lincoln Square 13 in New York, and if you want to watch it in 70 millimeter, you can go to Alamo here in Brooklyn, as well as Village East Cinema. So those are like the 3 spots if you want to really get like the big bang for your buck for that movie theater. So
Okay.
it's pretty cool. It was the highest grossing horror film for an IMAX movie, so it kind of makes sense of why, because that's the way he wanted the movie to be filmed, wanted to be shot like that. It was the first time,
Okay.
and now you're speaking about Easter weekend, which is pretty cool. It was the first time
Mhm.
since 2009, one studio, Warner Brothers, had 2 movies debuting, 2 movies rather, earning $40 million each one over the same weekend. So obviously Minecraft and Sinners, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the first horror movie to earn a cinema score of A since 1991. Anyone who guess what movie came out in 1991? They got
Wait a minute. 91.
Interview with the Vampires.
1991 horror movie. Got an A-, but
Lost Boys.
no.
No. Was that close? Was that
I love
close?
that movie.
Let's see.
No,
No,
I'm
yeah,
trying to
yeah,
think.
yeah.
I believe.
I'm trying to think.
Let's. Okay.
Don't tell me.
Okay.
Don't tell me.
1991.
1991.
Freddy Krueger?
1991. I'm not into
No, close. How about some? If Fava Beans and Chianti, would Fava Beans
Jason?
and Chianti help you out a little bit?
Exorcist.
No.
Father Bean.
No.
91.
Fava
Wait,
Beans and
wait.
Chianti.
Hold on. I know what it is. Hold on. Give me a sec. Anthony Hawkins.
good with
There you
all
go.
that.
There you go.
He had the remake.
Come on, give it to
Judy
me.
Foster. Oh my God, Hannibal.
Nah,
No,
Silence
that
of
was the
Lambs.
second one.
Silence of the Lambs. Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Silence of the
Yeah, so-
Lambs.
I had to go with my Rolodex.
So that's
Yeah.
so that's considered
Silence
a
of the
horror
Lambs?
movie?
Yeah.
Like a thriller.
It's
It was a thriller, like
Yeah,
suspense, thriller, action.
looking it up. It was on the horror. So that's the stat I got.
I
Yeah,
did not know that.
I thought a little more suspenseful as
Oh,
well,
wow.
but yeah, it's considered a horror movie. So yeah,
I mean, it was wild.
Yeah,
Don't get it twisted.
yeah,
It was
it's-
wild, absolutely wild. But I didn't think it was a
But
horror
it's-
movie though.
Yeah,
I saw that.
So
movie.
that's pretty cool. I posted two
Hannibal
things.
Lecter.
Two things on X. I reposted something from Kodak. It's where Coogler goes over the whole thing of where he shoots the movie in the two different formats. He goes over the film strips and everything. It's like a quick 10-minute video. You should go check it out. It's a really cool thing to look at. Yeah, exactly. This one right here. So he goes over the whole thing. I recommend watching it. It's a nice video. Going over. He's very passionate about it too. So it's,
I love the way he talks. He's very LA.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
LA.
Yeah, that swag and that tone.
Oakland. Is
Yeah.
well, California.
Don't get yourself cut, Dirty. Go in a different.
Wow,
Don't get
Dirty.
yourself-
I
Just wanted to walk you guys
I
through
promise you.
a
I
little bit
promise
of
you. I got
information
friends
on how
who's
he
in
made the
LA.
film, as it might provide
Yeah.
some context for what tickets you got.
Yo, my man, how you just gonna just play it over we're talking, bro? You always do some shit like that, yo.
It's not even
Always.
playing. It's not even playing. I can't even
Yeah,
hear it.
but just show the yeah. So yeah, I would say yeah.
My shoes
aspect ratio
vibe once they go
definitely-
on
Again,
sale.
you go
I'm really
again,
excited to announce
But you hear it?
I hear it.
I don't
Yeah,
hear
bro.
it.
I can hear it. I
Yeah,
can't
we
hear
do
it.
hear it.
Yeah, you don't have to
Yeah.
play it, but just
No,
put it
but
on
there
mute.
was
Sinners
another.
was
Oh my God, here we go again. My
Stop playing it. Stop
I'm
pressing the
gonna
button.
fucking
I'm
crash.
not playing.
But yeah,
He
I think
is
he's
doing
doing
that
it
shit
on
on
purpose.
purpose.
so I would recommend check us out on X. Go watch the video. It's
Yes.
a really dope movie. It's cool. But like I said, they made what is it? 65 million over the weekend.
Over the weekend,
So-
man.
So it's really good. Current box office stands at 71.3. Their break-even marks around at 200 mil. So they have a lot of,
Right.
this week coming up now, there's a lot of movies coming out. So they're going to have a little competition to keep that number high. They probably
Right, the
will
accountant's
not.
coming out Friday.
Yeah, so you got Until Dawn coming out. You have The Accountant 2 coming out. You have Amateur currently in theaters. You have
Amateur's
Drop
in theaters.
currently
Drop
in
is still there.
theaters. You have, what else? You have Warfare in theaters. Minecraft is still in theaters. So there's still a lot of movies out. But I'm definitely going to probably check this movie out in IMAX or 77 millimeter over the weekend for sure. Just to see it out because I gotta see what the hype is about. So, but it's currently right now ranked as the best movie of 2025. We're only 4 months in, but it's still but to have a horror movie
Right.
at that standard right now, it's pretty good.
That's amazing.
It's very great. Yeah.
Amazing.
And he worked with Lubin Göransson for the music scores. Someone he's worked with since 2009 when they went to college together, and they worked on his first short film called Locks. So yeah, so it's a big
okay.
relationship they have between each other, and it's pretty cool. So definitely go check out the movie. He just posted something on their Sinners Twitter account, pretty much thanking everybody for talking about it, seeing it twice, thanking the fans, and just overall telling the movie that it meant something personal to him from like background stand from his family, from like ancestry and stuff like that. Let me get the quote real quick. Sorry. Yeah, he said, I had the gift of opportunity of making a film inspired by my family and my ancestry, but it'll always be a film that we wanted to make for audiences in theaters. We always had our minds on you, the audience, and felt the deep relationship to entertain you and to move you the way only cinema can. So, I would recommend go out, watch it,
Mic
check
drop.
it out, IMAX, and See it in the best theater
Try.
possible. That's the way he wanted to see it. So I'm gonna have to go check it out.
For
that
sure.
way.
And just to follow up, there's been some clips on Facebook that I've seen that there's like a whole process of how the film is being placed on into the actual rotating thing.
Yeah,
It's like a 2-minute thing. It's like if you just see it, it's really interesting. In one of the
Okay.
theaters, I think it was in California, that you see them actually putting the two different types of films on it and rotating it. So I thought it was a really cool thing to see
Yeah,
as well.
it's very
Yeah.
interesting for sure.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because a lot of other movie theaters, they're all digital files.
Yeah,
So-
let's put the
Yeah,
disc
yeah, yeah.
in, play it,
Yeah,
yeah,
put it-
yeah.
yeah.
No, but
Hard
this one
drive.
you see
Yeah.
them. It took about 20 minutes just to do
Like
the
I
setup.
said,
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty
Yeah,
cool
like I
to
said,
see the video.
the IMAX wants to see this movie is only 10 locations worldwide, and the 70 millimeter is only 5 locations worldwide. So there's pretty much only 15 places in the world you could see it at the best quality that he wants you guys to see it. So, and we have 3 in New York. So
And how to experience it. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
3 in New York.
Absolutely.
So I would definitely recommend go checking it out that way for sure.
Yeah, but and we also got to talk about the whole contract situation
With
with Ryan Coogler.
oh yeah, so about like the deferring back to him.
Uproar.
Yeah, so it's something
The whole uproar about
wanting.
him. Basically, he got the deal of a century
did.
for director.
Sure did.
You know what I mean?
He's like,
Talking
royalties.
about money. Like think Allen Iverson. So you remember when AI had his Reebok deal, right? And then they said his peoples that was around him basically said, look, this is what we're gonna do, man. You're gonna be making a lot of money. We're gonna take the Reebok deals, all of that you have. You ain't gonna touch that for like 20 some years.
Yep.
You know what I mean, it's just gonna build up, probably an IRA account or whatever. And he got like over 50-60 million dollars around that time. So I think he just recently got his money. So that's just to say Ryan Coogler is gonna get the same deal.
Was it 25 or
So,
30 years? I can't remember.
what is it?
I think it's 25 years.
25.
25
Right.
years.
It's actually
25 years
Yeah.
from now.
no.
Go ahead.
it
I'm
was a
sorry.
big-
Go ahead, Jay. I think
Yeah,
you
it was
got
a big thing too now happening with directors trying to get their licensing back after a certain period of time because of like all the streaming sites and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like trying to take the power away from the studio
Right.
a little bit. Like you can hold my movie for a while, but once this time period's up, I'm gonna get my stuff back so I can distribute it to what streaming sites that I want to, and I can make the money from it.
It's
so
a game changer.
it
Game
is,
changer.
and it's interesting because
Everybody's gonna follow suit, bro.
to see
Yep.
how many people actually follow suit and to see how many people actually continue doing it. So, see if studios actually, maybe there's like a new thing, the next actor strike. That might be a thing, going into it now. Like, the minimum now you could get it back in maybe like 30 years, 30, 40 years. If you want it back, you got to give us this X amount of time before we give it back to you and yada, yada, yada. But it kind of makes more sense too for this movie as well because it's like you said before, it's really black inspired, really black to him, to his family and everything. So it makes more sense to do that for this movie specifically. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Super person.
Exactly.
He said I was listening on the radio on Z100. They were talking about it, and they said he did it because he wants it to be his legacy.
Exactly. So this is like
You know,
his
it's
this
a
is like his
legacy.
coup de grace.
Yep.
This is
Yep.
his coup de grace. So and especially now that they're doing sequels to it. So go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So they were also saying that a lot of these he's going to change the narrative in Hollywood because of this. So a lot of companies now have to rethink how they're doing it, and they also reference it to almost being similar to like a musician, with getting the masters back.
And it's something that he followed suit with Quentin Tarantino. I forget what movie Quentin Tarantino has the same thing to. I think he has a.
Kill Bill? No?
I think is it Kill Bill? It's a 30-year released. I read it this morning. I forgot to write it.
It was
down.
the one
That's my
before
mistake.
it.
A Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, is
Essay.
it?
Pulp
Pulp
Fiction.
Fiction, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Pulp
So
Fiction.
it
I was
gets
like,
it
I
back
couldn't
after
think of it. I'm
30
like, wait a
years. I
minute.
think it's 30 years. He's the one that gets it back after 30.
Yeah.
So
He gets it
it's
back.
interesting to see. Like I said, it's going to be a new thing in Hollywood that we got to keep an eye on to see how many more, personal films or just films that the director's like, all right, I want this to be my baby right here. I need this back on my end for my family and everything and stuff like that. So
Because I think who was the company that backed him?
his production company is called I got it right here. Give me 3 seconds. I think with
You talk about Quentin Tarantino?
No. Talk about
Proximity
Ryan
Media.
Coogler.
Proximity
Okay.
Media.
Yeah, because
Oh,
I think
right.
they offered him a huge amount of money, but he turned it down. He was like, "Nah, give me the royalties."
Yeah.
Because the royalties outweigh
Right.
the the
Right.
rewards. So
Always.
Always.
now,
Yeah,
because like
always.
the way
And
the way you talking about it, it make it seem like this is gonna be a classic 20 years from now. like a cult classic,
Right,
just like we
right,
did, like
exactly.
Lost Boys,
Yeah.
Lagoonies,
Yeah.
Oh,
Gremlins, everything.
classic.
Everything's
I mean,
classic.
if it's still
Love
streaming
it.
till this day
Yeah.
on HBO and all these streaming sites, imagine the royalties that will still
Right,
continue to be
Yeah.
coming in after that. And the first thing I think of is From Dusk Till
right.
Dawn. Like, I don't know if there's like a lot of similarities or anything like that, but Dusk Till Dawn is still
Oh,
pretty
definitely.
popular. If it's still
Mm-hmm.
playing and
Classic.
I could see it on
Yes,
any given
absolutely.
day, and I'm like, yo, this shit is still good. The when it came
Yeah.
out the first time, and I think Sinners will have
Right.
that same after effect as well. 20 years from now,
Yep.
Yeah.
And
25 years from now,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
And
They're gonna be doing their
Tarantino is
thing.
the one who wrote it, right? Was it Quentin Tarantino write Dust Till Dawn?
Yep.
And he featured himself in the movie.
Direct.
He does it all the time. Yeah, he
He
does
does
that.
that shit all the time, though.
Yeah. Now, question, Ernst, since you did see the movie, I know he wanted to make it. I think he wanted to make it at least a trilogy, or maybe at least a sequel to follow up for this. Did it leave with like a cliffhanger? Did the after credits give us a
Well,
cliffhanger?
Well, for my soul, let's put it this way: for the after credits, we know that a couple of vampires
Okay.
still exist. You know what I mean? You know,
Yeah, yeah,
you know
yeah.
how it is
They
with
never
vampire
die.
movies. There's
Yeah,
still
yeah,
one left. There's one
yeah,
remaining.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So for them to say, did I see a notice say there's gonna be a part 2?
Okay.
I'm not too sure.
I like it.
But again, it's gonna be the situation was basically it's all about sinners,
Yeah.
about the sin. Like, can you leave the sin alone?
Yeah.
Let's just put it this way. One of the people didn't leave the
Got
sin.
you.
He couldn't.
Got you.
You know? So that's why it led up to seeing the vampires again,
Mm.
and then they didn't become enemies though. So that's why I'll
Okay.
leave it at that. They didn't
Got
become
you.
enemies. So when you watch it, you'll understand it and you'll see it. But one thing you guys do know is when, almost, I think a lot of vampire movies, when they bite you, they get to see the people's past,
Certain,
future,
certain iterations. Yep.
and you, right,
Pass
and
on
what's
their
going
memories.
on, and
Yep,
be like,
yep, yep,
whoa,
yep.
right, their memories. So they're like, whoa, like this is crazy,
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see what he does, because now you're talking about, I forgot what year that movie was. Like, what year did they presented it? I think it was 19 in, I think 50s, 40s or 50s, around that time.
Yeah.
What, 60, 70 years, 67, 80 years after slavery, but still people working in a cotton mill, still picking cotton, but that's what they were doing in Mississippi. This is how they were living still for some
Yeah,
folks.
yeah.
It didn't stop.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? So it's gonna be interesting. So
I mean, he got two more projects coming out this year.
all I know
Go
is,
ahead, go
I
ahead.
got a question.
so okay, go ahead.
No, who go first? You want to go first?
No,
Jay?
no, no. What you? I mean, it's gonna stick
No.
on Sinners,
I was gonna say, do you think was this movie like an origin story, or is it something like will they do like a prequel to it, or is it something, if y'all watch it, will they talk about how everything started?
For
Sinners, yeah.
Sinners? Nah, there's no
Okay, so-
prequel. Like, I'll be shocked if it was a prequel. But again, like, to what you saying and what Jay, they're gonna be a part 2. There could be, it's up to Ryan Coogler how he writes it. It's a strong possibility, because now, at the end of the day, if you got a couple of vampires living, that means they bit a few people, because that's how they live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now we're like, like, this could be interesting, but how would it go? So the timeline would be, because it showed at the years later, it showed 1992. So will he stay in the 90s? That's what happened. So we stay in the 90s still, or will he go to like, nah, let's bring it to 2025? I think if he was doing it and it's gonna be a second movie, staying to the 1992 era and the 1995 or whatever, you know what I mean? So these young kids could know what the 90s was like, because that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see what he does, man. All I know is this dude is special. That's a special director, special writer. Again,
He's doing his
and
thing.
if I
He's
didn't
doing
say,
his thing. He's
yeah,
doing his thing, man.
Michael B. Jordan gets a little flacked because they're screaming like, well, he's not that actor. I said, look, man, it's not easy playing two different people. You know what I mean? You could tell.
I like Michael B. Jordan. I like him.
Right.
As an
I've
actor.
always respected him.
Yeah.
Loved him.
Yeah.
I respect
Very
him.
emotional character.
Right.
In
I've heard
depth.
some people say it. You know what I mean? But I've heard some. I noticed that they're playing two twins. They got their similarities, of course, but they got their. You could see the differences. You could see two different dudes. You know what I mean?
Right,
And he
right,
showed it, and he showed out. He
right.
definitely showed out. By the
Match on that.
way, the movie for Quentin Tarantino, for 30 years to get the copyrights, it was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh,
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
I
There
thought
we
it
go.
was
Thank
Pulp
you.
Fiction. Oh my god, it would make sense
yeah.
if it was
And
Pulp
that's
Fiction, though.
so basically he's gonna pass it down to his family.
True.
Basically,
You know what I mean? Because what is he
Yeah.
now? Like 60 something? So it's kind of like
yeah.
30 years down.
Yeah.
I mean,
And he
that
got.
motherfucker.
He's making only one more movie. Directing only one more movie.
Oh, is he? Is that straight up? Like that's it?
What do we say?
Yep, that's
6?
it.
What do you say? 5, 6, 7?
Last. No, I think it's
10,
10.
10?
I think this is his last one. Yeah, this is last. This next is coming out as his last one.
People gonna
Wow.
show out because they love Quentin
Yeah, that
Tarantino.
motherfucker better do some Kill Bill because he better follow up with
Right.
that story.
He better show out.
No, it's
That's not- I
no,
know
it's
it's.
a.
I know
It's a.
that's not
It's
the one he's talking about, but I mean,
Oh, I got
Okay.
you.
No, in terms
Oh.
of like original screenplay. Original, you know.
Yeah.
He
And
could
he's
make
good at
another Kill
that.
Bill.
He's
I was
good
like, that
at
motherfucker better come out with another Kill Bill.
'Cause that's a whole series. in
Oh,
itself.
what do you think? What do you think
I
he's
I
gonna
wish.
do?
I have no idea. I mean, that man is just.
His
He's
Yeah.
next one
insane.
coming in.
Yeah, he's
He's insane.
like his genius is all over the place.
Yeah,
with it.
yeah. I mean, he's a
just
little
that
quirky, but
dynamic.
that's what makes it work.
Yeah, but he's the way he writes, yo. It's like, yo, what? Like, nah, like
Yeah.
he's just there's some people out there that you're like, there's some directors, some writers you just appreciate through and through for countless years, yo. Like once you
Absolutely.
start to know and understand these directors, like I'm a huge fan of Christopher Nolan. It's like once you say he's making a movie, like ain't nothing to think
Done.
about it. Him
Because
and his
when you
brother.
think of his name, you think of Inception, you're thinking Batman, you're thinking you're thinking the score, you're thinking all these things, and I think that's what I think that's what
Prestige.
Ryan
Oh.
Coogler did.
Right.
Absolutely, like Ryan Coogler is doing the same thing. Like when you hear him, it's like you hear Fruitvale Station, you hear Black Panther, you're gonna hear
Right.
Sinners. So that for him, he's building his legacy even from the
Easy.
first line of works. So in context of like these special people, I mean, they're fucking special, like from the beginning. You know what I mean? And I freaking admire that, and I have such respect for these people that they're making their money. They're smart. They know how to do business. They can see. They know how to create the art, and they want to create the art so that again they could continue and move on and be inspiring to other young people that want to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm all for it. I'm here for it. I'll go spend my money at the movie theater. Thank you very much.
very like this. Just easily, yo. It's just these stuff. They got the way they do it, and it takes time to make these movies. But man, they make it. You feel like you're thinking like they make it look easy, but nah. There's so much diligence in this, in the making movie making world. You know what I mean? Like months, sometimes a year and a half. Like usually, if it depends on what movie it is, I don't know if you guys know. It's sometimes about 90 days. They knock out a movie in 90 days. You'd be like, oh shoot, that was a 90-day film. And then you turn around when they say, yeah, I've been here for a year and a half, dog. Like Lord of the Rings.
Crazy.
Lord of the Rings, yo. Like they didn't stop, I believe. He was like, yo, what?
Yeah, one shot. They shot the whole thing
for like almost 2.5 years. Like, what? Nah, yo.
Yeah.
I need a vacation.
Yep. It's crazy.
Like, don't bother me for like 2 years, yo, to make another film. You know what I mean?
Frodo Baggins bagging that money.
No, they didn't.
No,
if you ever asked them if they made money from that movie,
not make money.
No, they didn't make.
Nope.
They didn't make money off that movie because they signed one contract for 3 movies. They didn't sign
individually.
They didn't get to update their contract.
That's the only thing I knew about it. I knew they did not make money off of that.
The third one was split right into like 2 parts or something.
No. Return of the King was
okay.
Yeah. That's the only thing I knew about it. They did not make bank.
Yeah,
no, they didn't.
If we ever asked, like, I remember watching an interview recently with Helen Mirren. They were like, "Oh, what's your highest grossing movie?" And they were like, "Oh, definitely was The Lord of the Rings." She was like, "I didn't make nothing off of that. I was paid in sandwiches."
Red 2?
Yeah.
Red 2, right?
So I think it's probably Hella. It's probably Hella from MCU.
Right.
Yeah, what's up?
I said Helen Mirren. I said Helen Mirren, but I meant the chick that played Hella. Sorry, she was the elf.
Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett. There you go. Yeah. So
that's crazy.
So,
I did not
that's
know
the interview
that.
with her. Yeah.
Man,
they signed one contract for all 3 movies and weren't able to update it.
That was the only thing I knew about
it.
it. And I was like, and these are just like tremendous budget movies.
It's true. He knew what he was doing.
He's like, yo.
Wow.
That was the only thing I knew about it. I was like, yo, they make bank. I was like, no, the fuck they did it.
No one did. You even ask any of them. Like, no.
And they just kept acting.
Fucking crazy.
No
They did it for the love of the art.
Well, Yeah, they knew it was going to be a big franchise. They knew what they were getting themselves into, so they knew, they knew the process of going
Right.
in. I don't know if they knew it was going to explode like
Right.
that, but
It's like
that's
like
what it was.
Friday. Like I know you guys heard about
Yeah.
Friday. Like they was like, yo, I didn't make that much movie like you think, and then they're talking about being part 2 for the couple of the actors, and they was like, yeah, I need that bread now.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then-
Yeah.
and
I'm
more
more
actors
well
didn't show
established
up
now.
no more. What'd you say, Steph?
I'm like, I'm more established now. You can give me more, please.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I.e. Chris Tucker. Whoa.
Oh, man.
Blast off.
Oh, yeah.
Blast
My man.
off with his franchise. Him and Jackie Chan, man.
Jackie Chan, yeah, of
God,
course.
Love them.
Oh, man. So Steph, I know we've been talking about some things, man. Like the people need to know this, there are kids out there, God willing, they get a chance, the 14, 15-year-old, maybe a little younger, probably, stumble on our show and said, yo, I didn't know these little tidbits, of how it works. Get an opportunity to make a movie, but sometimes it's a little sacrifice. It's like, look, dude, this movie's huge, but your pockets, not so much. But the roles are gonna be pouring in because with all these actors, they poured in. Like, don't get it twisted.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just got.
You got to
crazy.
start somewhere. You got to start somewhere.
Right.
You got to get experience somewhere. So you got to start from the bottom.
Right. So hey, well, you can't say that all the time, Steph. Nicolas Cage
started from the bottom. Now we're here.
He didn't really start from the bottom. His
I know.
Polar, so he was always there, chilling.
I know.
You know what I mean? But I love Nicolas Cage. But
some come with privilege, some do not. But here we are.
So look, right, exactly. So more trailers, right? Party J, you've been giving us a lot.
Yep.
Let's keep going with you. What trailers are you interested in? Like, what movies?
All right.
See any movies this weekend, or?
Okay, so besides checking out Sinners for
Okay.
sure, I'm definitely going to be checking out that new video game movie coming out, Until Dawn.
Okay.
That's the one that's coming out that I'm interested to see how they portray that from another one, like from video game wise to the big screen. See how their own take goes on it. See how the backstory of the game kind of intertwines with it. See what it does. And yeah, so definitely gonna try to check out those two movies this weekend for sure. Sinners in 70mm and $7 Thursdays Until Dawn. So that'll be that.
Yeah. Smart.
Yeah, I was gonna say
smart.
Yeah.
Don't
Pay
feel,
the big...
look.
Yeah.
Look, and I'm glad you said that, man. Don't feel sorry for these theaters, man. They're making their money. They are fine.
They're fine. Yeah.
They are 150% fine. Every time you look, right? So when I went to the movie, see Sinners, I had 8 previously, and I was like, nah, I don't need to buy nothing. That's a nah, let me get a snack. I bought a little bag or something for like $6.78, man. In my head, I said, Ern, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, you should have left it alone.
Yeah.
But I said, freak it. It's only $6.78 compared to, say, if I want to get a shake, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, it blossoms to like, $48.88. It's like, I'll take this.
What's cool? The theater by me got a cool deal. Like, so I bought a ticket for like $7, and then they have a $20 deal where you get a bucket, a soda, and a candy for $20. So that's my $27 contribution to the
adult kid box.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
And they get like
this.
And they give you the specialty.
Right. It's like
they always get the specialty box too for like based on the movie. So I'm a sucker for that. I
have birthday coupons. I have free popcorn and free refills. I was like, yes. I have points too. So if you have points, ladies and gentlemen, if you have points, use your points. You get your free popcorn. Come on now, stop playing.
Use your AMC points. Use your AMC
whatever app you use, Regal, AMC,
whatever. Yeah,
all of that. Like, I mean, I'm in what about? I'm in Lowe's. What's that? Is that Lowe's? I always get these. I just go to the series.
Yeah, I think it's Lowe's.
AMC. Yeah, that's my favorite. Yeah, and they try to sucker you. No disrespect, man, but they try to put alcohol in there now. Like, they're gonna be like, "Ooh, I need to get some shots before I go see a movie."
No, I never got those.
It was like $13.
You spend $30 for 2 cans.
and
beer.
tip.
Nah, no shot. No
Yo,
shot. No
I
shot.
was so pissed.
Yeah.
I was
No.
mad.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Like the Alamo
Yeah.
that I'm gonna go see Sinners in, they have the dining movie theater. But when I go there, I don't get like the big. I get like a pretzel, I get
Mhm.
cookies, and then I get like a popcorn. Like all that's about. Like I can't see myself eating like a bacon cheeseburger and fries
Yeah.
with the lights off and stuff like that. Like that's just
Right,
not.
right,
That's not. I'm not. I'm paying attention to the food instead of the movie. So
right.
I don't
I
like
get the
that.
pretzel, the mini pretzel
Yeah.
dips.
Yeah, there you go.
With
Exactly.
cheese or
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
or Dorito nachos
Keep
or
it
something.
simple.
Keep it simple. Keep it
Yeah,
simple.
so I was, I appreciate the dining movie theaters, but I'm not gonna have dinner there.
Maybe
Give me
like-
this, just keep the snacks coming. That's it. That's
You be
it. You
focusing
know?
on your
I
burger
gotta
and
remember
you
now,
miss the scene. Like, fuck.
That's what I'm saying. I got ketchup all on my shirt now that I can't see for 2 hours until the movie's over. I got like my Clorox wipes. You know?
Everything's going wrong.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. I did it once and I was like, I'm not doing this again.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I've been there. I ain't gonna lie. I've definitely been there. It's like stop being greedy, Ern. And it's like 10 o'clock.
Yo,
Yeah, exactly.
Stop it.
It's
Oh
like
my
it's a,
God.
it's a midnight release movie and you're having a double cheeseburger and fries and
You're right.
popcorn. and
yeah,
everything.
you paying
Like,
for the
come
ticket
on.
and the indigestion.
People
Yeah,
do it.
fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Go to sleep at
people-
3 o'clock with heartburn.
Oh,
I've seen people do it, and like
I know they do.
"Ugh, I got the stuff, honey. Like, yeah, no, that's a lot of stuff around 10:45, yeah.
no thanks.
You know what I
Crazy.
mean? But I'm sorry,
Crazy,
Jay. So
crazy.
so you definitely gonna see Sinners, and what else?
Yeah, I'm definitely Until Dawn. Those are the two movies I'm gonna try to check out this weekend. And I also, I'm kind of backlogged on Drop. Drop is one of the movies I recommended a few weeks back to go see. It's the movie where like they get like where they get like the little
Yeah.
pictures, the
Yeah.
Oh, the
airdrop
dick
pictures
pics.
on the phone
Yes.
to stop. Yeah.
Dick
So
pics.
it's another movie I gotta try to see before it gets out of theaters.
Okay.
So I gotta start catching up on my movies. I'm always in the theaters. I've been slacking a little, but I'm making a point this week to at least see 2 out of the 3 that I want to see. But those are the 3 on my list right now: Drop, Until Dawn, and Sinners in 70 millimeter. So yeah, what you guys got?
Okay,
Ern, you were talking about something that was coming out this week, right?
Yeah, but it's on Netflix though. Havoc with Tom Hardy.
Mm.
So
Okay, I heard that.
so I saw the trailer and I was just like, yo, this looks crazy. And if you're a Tom Hardy fan, you know how hard he goes. Like,
yeah, Hardy
martial
go hard.
artists are like, right,
Hardy hard.
martial artists in real life. Like, I think he says, yo, I could do my own stunts moving forward. I've probably been doing it for a long time. I just didn't really notice. This guy, he's on fire right now. I'm trying to figure out what he's gonna come out with after, because I watched Mobland, and now he got Havoc, and Mobland is already a hit. So, and I think I told you guys, I don't know if it's gonna be a mini series or if it's gonna.
Yo, Dirty, you are killing me with these transitions.
What happened?
He keeps
I'm about to throw up
It's
right
like,
now,
the
dog.
motherfucking circus.
No,
I'm
I'm
like,
trying to look for one that maximizes the image.
you don't have to maximize it. You're getting your co-hosts all fucking dizzy, bro.
I almost had to turn the
Close your
screen off
eyes.
real quick,
Close your
dog.
eyes.
Don't look directly into the light.
Like, what the fuck?
You see me like this? I'm about to go catatonic real
And
quick.
you know how
like,
they do it in the basketball
catch a
games when you're
seizure.
trying
Yeah,
to find
exactly.
the ball.
I was about
and
to
then
say
you-
that. Where'd it go?
Where'd it go?
Oh my god, that's
Oh my lord. My man Ern making a point. I'm having a seizure over here.
But yeah, like that for me, that's what I want to definitely take a look at. I mean, I won't be surprised. I don't know if Steph or Dirty was talking about it. You guys probably gonna mention it. Accountant 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that I definitely want to talk. It should be coming out this Friday.
Okay.
Again, we're talking about with Ben Affleck and my man Punisher coming in. We
Coming
talked about this
off.
trailer before. So if we don't get to catch it on this weekend, probably most likely on Tuesday. But we're trying to get together to go see Jesus Christ. Thunderbolt. So we're trying to do that first. So we're trying to get tickets to go all see it together. So I think that's going to be a really good event.
Two Tuesdays from now.
Tuesdays from now, yeah.
we
That's what we're doing. Definitely gonna go do a movie
It's
night. Get some popcorn.
$7.99 plus $2 now.
That's $2.
That's it.
Whatever, it's fine,
Buy the
it's fine.
tickets.
Processing
Buy the
fee.
tickets.
Fuck
Send
no,
the
come
Hattie
on.
right
It's
there.
fine.
Tariff.
I
Tariff.
paid
Yep.
$2 more, and then
It's a 20 talk
there
family
it is.
outing.
There it is.
Blame your president, Party Jay. Blame your president.
Wow. We're
You
not
know-
going there. Anywho, but yeah, another thing we're gonna want to talk about is
Uh-huh.
definitely talking about Final Destination. So Final Destination.
Mm.
Oh, Bloodlines. That's right.
Man. I
That
mean,
trailer looked crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
the trailer, it was
Oh my
in our
lord.
friend group, we were like, yo, we're not doing any barbecues for the summer. I was like, fuck yes.
Oh, with
We're
the
not doing
ice.
that.
With the ice in the the glass ice.
We're not doing that.
No, no.
Like, nope. No barbecues this week. This
Oh,
summer.
the guy with the tattoo with the tattoo shop with the nose ring, like, yo, my goodness.
And it was just I think again, like we're thinking back, like, we're all 80s, 90 kids, you know what I'm saying? And when we
Mhm.
first encountered Final Destination, it was a fucking film to remember. And my son,
Oh, I loved
Yeah.
it.
my
I loved
son
it.
did some crazy shit to me. He's like, oh, the broom and the something else fell, and I almost tripped going backwards. He was like, oh, that's some Final Destination stuff. And I looked at him, I said, don't you dare say that.
Yo,
He,
watch it.
don't you dare say some shit like that. And he looked at me like he thought I was not being serious. I was like, don't you dare don't say some shit like that to me, bro. Like, I believe in
Right.
that shit.
That is the one movie franchise where it put into everybody's head anytime you driving on a
The-
highway,
Stay behind
fucking
it.
no trucks,
logs.
with
Stay behind the
anything.
lock carbon truck.
I
You-
fucking move.
You turn in
I'm in the next
lanes all the time.
Absolutely.
Instantly.
Behind,
Instantly.
like
That's
any
the one
truck,
movie.
any
That's it.
truck I see in
Nothing.
front of me,
No. I don't fuck
Zero
around with the
tolerance.
water
I mean,
bottles
the
either. The fucking
Zero
water bottles. Because that was
turn.
I had a panic attack when the water bottle fell on my driver's side underneath the brake. I had a fucking I was like,
Oh
Nothing.
yeah. You couldn't put the brake down.
and you know what? You know what too? Like, and speaking about that, there's the I don't go on the highway when it's like really snowing anymore. I used to be like, but now
Oh,
I'm
my
like
Lord.
I'm just not doing that anymore. Like, it's too snowy. There's some people who still got to go where they got to go, right? I said,
Oh
I'll
yeah,
wait.
I gotta go to work.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
I gotta go
Yeah,
to
no,
school.
I'm good. Freak that,
All-wheel
yo.
drive, baby. All-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yo.
Yeah, but still,
Crazy.
that's definitely something we want to go see down the pipeline, and I'm
Okay.
looking forward to that. Another thing we're trying to see, Mission Impossible. Is this going to be the final
Oh.
one?
No.
No, isn't it part one of two?
Really,
Or is it
Dre?
part one of two?
This is part. No, this is part one of the two. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the
The
second to last.
Second to last.
So
Yeah.
is it
Yeah.
is Tom Cruise gonna finally die? That's the question.
Right. That's the question.
Never.
Right. Like,
And
they've
it's
been
gonna-
trying to get this guy out of here
Yeah.
for a minute now.
You think I got a 007 in
Yeah.
there? You
I
think
don't
so?
know. I can never tell.
They've been
I
trying to
can
get
never
Ethan
tell.
out of there for a minute.
I
know
mean,
what I
I
mean?
caught myself watching from beginning to the most recent one, and then I'm like, man, these movies are fucking good. I
Yeah.
keep saying that. I'm like, these.
Yeah, at one point they just got better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I think after
That's
I think
what I
it
said.
after
after
three,
four,
like the last one's the last
four was just
Yeah.
it just kept taking it, and I was like,
Crack.
oh my god.
Yeah, I was like, yo, this movie, like, this franchise is like, he's so smart, yo. He's just said, yo, like, it's the fact that you think about Mission Impossible coming out in the 60s. And then
Yeah.
when he
Yeah.
started in the first one, he probably said, so, yo, y'all didn't take advantage of this at all? Bet. I'll be back.
You know what's interesting too now? What I want to bring up quickly is that in 2 years, I think they're bringing up the best stunts, the best stunt as the Oscar category.
okay.
Now
What?
I wonder.
Finally.
Yeah, so like stunts.
Yo,
stunts are
my
gonna
man
be
is
finally
nominated up there
recognized
with
as
a broken
Oscars.
I
ankle.
thought that was a
So-
thing already.
No.
Wow.
So now it's actually two things with the Oscars. I'll save that gem for another day.
Okay.
But like they're into implementing the stunts category eventually. I don't know if it's not this one. I think it's 2027 is the
Okay.
first one. So I'm wondering like how they're gonna do it. Like because if in my eyes, I think Tom Cruise should win the first one. Like my man does his own stunts and everything. Like I know you
Nah.
got to give credit to all these
Nah.
stunt guys and stuff like
Stunt
that.
doubles.
I feel like he
Yeah.
got to be. I feel like
Yeah.
he's got to be recognized at
But you
least
got to
once.
go to
Like,
the stunt
like
double,
I don't know
Jay.
how like
you got to go to the stunt
I don't know if they're gonna like
Can't-
for
you
sure,
can't say
for
Tom
sure.
Cruise, you
But,
gotta
What
like,
about
Stunt
Jackie
double
Chan?
be like,
I'm a Jackie Chan too.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
saying
another one.
like Jackie Chan does all his own stunts.
okay.
Tom Cruise does all his own stunts. My man flies into
Yo, my
planes,
dude broke
goes
his
across
ankle. His
buildings,
nigga's
like,
on the fucking
and
kept
kept
Yeah.
running. And kept
Yeah.
running.
running the whole entire
So
time.
it's like it's gonna be
One
interesting to
take.
see how they amalgamate like how far back they
Right.
go.
Exactly.
Because I know when they did it with the first Oscars that came out, I think they did like the first category. They based it on the last like 5 years.
Okay.
So like when this stunt category comes out, I wonder how how far back
Mhm.
they're gonna
Okay.
base it
It's
on.
gonna be interesting.
So that's the question I'm wondering too.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
interesting.
but go ahead. Yeah.
It's gonna be. I mean, Tom Cruise, of course, obviously he'll be up there. You know.
He's a
Oh shoot, did
nutcase.
Tom Cruise ever win a Oscar?
I don't
Not to my
think
knowledge,
so.
no.
Let me take a look.
No, I don't think he's won
I know he was,
everything.
of course, he was. You know, he was nominated. I remember that. But let me see, Tom Cruise Oscars.
First thing, Tom Cruise nominee. Nope, has yet to take home the award.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow, 4 times. Wow,
Yep.
Who was the one you were talking about before that was talking shit that she got nominated 16 times and bitch number one? She
Oh,
said,
baby girl.
I'm like
Oh, that's
Terminator, I still come back.
The one who did the one who
The-
He's
does
consistent as
Yeah,
fuck.
consistent as fuck.
yeah,
Yeah.
the one who did
the song,
the music. Yeah, who did the music. Yeah.
Diane Warren.
Yeah.
There you go. I remember. I
Look,
remember.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll take getting nominated over and over and over. You know what that means? I'm working.
I'm working. Yep.
I'm working. Like
I'm
cut that
working,
$1 million
yep.
check, yo.
Yeah, I'm
Cool.
working.
I ain't stressing me. Think about those actors or directors who got nominated and won, and you like, yeah, this dude haven't done a movie. Or she hasn't done a movie in like 8 years, man. What's going on? Or 5 years, like, you know what I mean? And they write, and they're saying, I'm telling you, this is the script, and they're saying, nah, we're good. People, Hollywood, like, nah, we're good. Nah, every year I'm here for 16 years strong. Nah, you get that check,
Yeah.
fam. You know? But yeah, so look,
Yeah.
we've been doing so great today, guys. Before we wrap this up, I ain't gonna lie to you. You guys, you know us. We could do this for another hour and be cool. But real life is real lifing. My boy Dre has to go to sleep. That's
my man,
my
my
bro
man,
work.
it's
Yeah,
3
my bro
o'clock.
did the damn thing for a grip. It's only fair. Steph is only fair. Jay is only fair. Yeah, did y'all put y'all work in today? You know what I mean? So y'all gotta go to sleep. But before we leave, Steph, tell these good people where they can find us, where we're at, where we're trending. We're gonna be trending big one day, guys. I'm putting that in the air.
Just to throw it out there, like we have been trending really big on YouTube. Like a lot of our reels and our shorts, we've been hitting 800, 900 likes and views. I was like, yo, this is some
Nice.
cool shit. I was like, but guys,
That's what's up.
keep us in your prayers. You know
Hold
what
on,
I'm saying?
Steph. Hold on. I gotta give props right now. Who's
What?
doing the editing? Who's taking them little short 2-minute videos? Cause it's a lot. Let's go. Let's go. It's a lot, yo.
Go
It's a lot of
Steph.
editing
Go
for you to be like,
Steph.
yo, we're gonna use this, yo. Shout out to Steph, the Oracle.
You know what it is?
Yo.
We were using another software to make
Yeah.
clips,
Okay.
but it's very time consuming.
It was
And then
just
sometimes it gives you like a clip plus a virality score of how
like
you know,
how
chance of-
viral it'll get.
yeah how chances
But
will
it
go
wasn't
viral.
matching. I was just
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't matching, and it takes forever to download. We might as
so
well
I
just do it
said,
ourselves.
I did it myself. I was like, fuck that.
Wow.
But yeah, but guys,
man
check us out on YouTube. We're on Threads. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. And we are on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Guys, continue. Follow us. We're on our website. We're on a pod page. Find us on our link tree. If you want to collaborate, let us know. We are so happy to continue talking to you about all that's going on. Follow us. Let us know. Stop playing. Click on that link. Let us know.
Stop playing with us, man. Like we're here to give you, like we're giving you a lot of stuff that you don't know. You know, it's I love the internet for this because there's a lot of stuff we don't know. There's a lot of stuff other people don't know, and it's just a lot going on. And this is just gonna happen, and this is gonna continue to happen, y'all. Steph, Dre. I was gonna say Dre and Dre again. Dre, Jay. It's not
I mean,
Monday.
it's in the same synonyms. It's okay.
Right, it's not Monday. You know,
It's not
let's
Monday. It's not Monday.
we're gonna, you know, the group of us four, we're gonna keep thriving. We're gonna keep thriving, and we're gonna keep thriving, y'all. So we gotta go though. We gotta go till next week. So this is your boy Earn B, Steph the Oracle,
What's up? Take it easy. Good night, y'all.
Dre Dirty, aka I'm gonna just call Dre 3 a.m. because he's been up since
Great snack.
my boy 3.
Horror snack. Yes.
And don't forget Party J, aka Uncut Gems. Thank you for the gems today, Jay. We really appreciate you for
He's
that.
killing it today, bro.
Yes,
with the
sir. Yes,
gems,
sir.
yo.
Follow
He's
up. Follow
Yeah,
us
my
on
man's-
X.
my
Follow
man-
us on X, baby.
now.
I'm always.
Yo,
I
my
didn't know
man
how
is
those
just
cameras
killing
work.
it with the gems, yo.
Yeah.
Damn.
Absolutely.
I got you on X. Make sure you follow us
Yes,
on X.
you
I always
have to
got
follow us
you
on
on a
X. You're gonna
daily
find
with
it.
different things. Always
That's it.
got you
So
hooked
my
up.
man started as a guest. Now he's a forever.
That one,
Yeah,
that
locked
dude is
in.
running the show,
That's
yo.
it,
Let's,
that's
Yeah.
it.
let's
He's like, I'm gonna do my homework.
I was so mad when I forgot my homework at work. I came here real fast. Like I gotta do my paper
I was
again.
like,
I gotta
I
do
was
my
like,
paper again.
damn.
Where are my
I hate when
stats?
that happens.
I was concerned about the start too. I was like, Steph said 7.
Oh man.
Out the window.
I was on the train. I was like, damn it, I didn't send it to myself. And I'm like already Googling and like writing stuff down the mid train.
That's
Like,
called
give me
dedication, my
service.
man. That's called dedication.
Oh
Called
man,
dedication.
I was so nervous. But
We got it done. We got it done.
Got it
Proud
done.
of y'all.
So we are signing off. People, good night. See you next week, Tuesday.
Take it
Peace.
easy. Night.